Livingroom. Here we are in Ghent, and I'm getting frazzled because it's getting up to about 35 degrees. And I'm here. It's rather nice cafe. I've just been brought a drink. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yes, appropriate cafe. This is in Ghent. It's called Simon Says. So I'm just going to open my drink. Do this one-handed, trying to spill everything everywhere. As long as I sit here, I don't have to wear a mask. And you can see my lips move. Iced tea, which I'm spilling everywhere. Good. Cheers. Organic bio iced tea. So I'll just show you around. Traffic here. This is the area. I should be going with mask into town later on. Hello, Helen. Cheers, thank you. It's hot there in Holland, presumably, as well. Are you staying inside? I debated about it, but it's just as hot in my room as it is here, so I might as well go outside. But yes, the hosts of this, it's actually a bed and breakfast place as well, so you can stay here. I was here about 6 years ago, not staying, but having a lovely drink with a friend from Canada inside. They used to serve food as well, but now you can just get cakes, which I've had due to the current situation. But it was a rather nice apple crumble. It's not the sort of thing you have on a hot day, but it was rather good. Right. This is also to test. I'm borrowing their Wi-Fi. This is also to test. It's too hot outside. Yes, as you'll see as we move into town, it's pretty hot out there. But yes, am I fuzzy, Ellen? Tell me. Is this a nice clear picture? Because I'm borrowing their Wi-Fi and not using data. I have a suspicion that when I move into town and it goes onto data, it'll all go fuzzy. But now, hopefully, it's nice and clear. That will tell me whether I should invest in the pocket Wi-Fi or not. Picture is clear, then it's the Wi-Fi and not my data that's causing the problems with outdoor streaming. Sound is a bit choppy. Well, it could get choppier as I go into town. You just have to look at the scenery and ignore the blabbing on. So I'll just drink my drink, pay for it. Spill some tea. Spared me a couple of chicken. Yeah. Yes, once I've drunk this, we'll go into town. Who else is there? Make yourself known in comments and talk to Ellen. Oh, it's Robert. Hello, Robert. It does look, it is warm. It's going to be 37 degrees today, which is rather silly. It's warmer than Japan. Well, thank you all. But yes, if I tilt up, you can see it's a rather nice Art Nouveau building. Handy umbrellas. I was here about an hour ago, scouting the place out and asking permission. Always good to ask permission. And what's it like in Canada, Robert? So hot? I'm going to figure out how to do this with one hand. Let's stay inside. I'll move off from here. It could go choppier and fuzzier, but I'll move on. And there will be traffic noise, of course. Hang on. Let's currently 18. Oh, that's much more pleasant than here. Space balance. Oh, that's not so keen on that. Yep. It's a bit of wind. Keep my hands near it. Oh, I'm going to have to put my mask on. Excuse me. There we are. Right. Go and play. One visitor from Holland and one from Canada watching at the moment.
Hello, Canada.
Cool. Right, I'll just pay. I had a IC. Yeah.
Was it?
Very nice.
Yeah.
I spilled a lot of it. I was trying to do two things at once.
What happens? Okay. Let's read it.
Okay. I was just telling them I was here about 6 years ago with a friend from Canada who sat there. She was having a morning glass of red wine.
Ah.
That sort of person. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for letting me do this.
No worries.
Okay.
Enjoy the meeting.
Thank you.
Stay hydrated.
Thank you. Okay.
Bye-bye.
Right. Well, now we discover whether I've got to wear this all the time, so I might be a bit muffled. And with this intense sun, you won't see my eyes because of the shadow of my hat. But as we move away from Simon Says, I'm switching over to data, and I could go fuzzy, but you'll have to do with it. Hang on, let me show you where we are. So, I've been down the street many times. It's usually much busier than yes. Graduate. Hello. Oh, I think that's where it switched over to the data. Swan Street. I've looked at this. I think I've shown this before in pictures. You can see that. I don't know. Can you see it? That kind of stag there. It's a chemist, an old chemist. You can see the bottles there in the window. Knocked down by cyclists. Just getting hotter and hotter. Nice little cafe down there. Very sort of rustic. Ah, yes. Signal was switching. Okay. But yes, it's a lot quieter than I had anticipated, although I suppose it is. It's obviously because of the corona situation and because of it's also holidays. A lot of shops are actually closed because they're on their annual 2-week holiday. Let's go down here. Some nice old buildings here, look. Yes, this is the area behind the castle. Lots of old streets, very quiet as well. So I think I filmed my advert down that street, part of it anyway. Old with a doorway here. Okay. Car coming. Going. Oh, cobble streets. How do you see the cobble street? That's why it makes all that noise. Oop, down. Head towards the castle, and you can see that one of the few remaining medieval castles in the centre of a town in Belgium. Well, I spammed the link to everybody. I suppose I'm a half an hour earlier than people expect. But anyway, you can watch on the replay. So how's the picture, Ellen and Robert, now that I'm just using data? Are we fuzzy? Not quite sure where I am now. I think I've overshot the castle. Oh, I know where we're coming back towards the towards one of the canals. You can see that. That'd be nice. Are you able to hear me all right with this mask on? That's the question. Nice art gallery here. Strange figures. So you're one of the canals. It's rather nice. Even on such a warm day as today. See? Building over there, that's the meat hall. It's now a place where local products are shown, local food products. And obviously you can rent kayaks or go on cruises. Oh, more hen. Oh. It's fine. Oh, good. That's good. I was worried. Let's go this way. Oh, hang on. I have to make sure. Yeah, there we go. So now we're going towards the castle. So don't get run over. I keep my mask close to the to the phone. Perhaps you can hear me. Little narrow street there. Curious shop. Things made out of spoons and forks, lamps, melted wine glasses. chandeliers and melted wine glasses. Really cool. That's the tram coming. Oh, I was here last week in this place, and I had a coffee and a two chocolate biscuity things, which were far too much. Now that building with this all of the huge sculpted figures on it, that's the tourist information. And here is the castle. Can you see? It's a proper castle, and I've been in it. Costs a bit of money to go in, so we're not going to go in. But when my kids were little, and my parents came to visit, we went round there, did a tour. You can go around the battlements. It's wide enough to go there with a pushchair. And when Pauline was here, you remember Pauline, Robert? When she was here, she and I went in the castle and explored. So, yes, I've got to get my tram from there. Let's go back this way. Yes, if we go over that bridge there. And last week when I was here, I went to this a shop just to the right here and got some rather nice tea. Proper loose leaf Japanese tea. It's quite expensive, so I'm drinking it not too much. Coffee and tea since 1817. So yes, I like to come to this city when I'm sat at home and I got bored and feeling a bit alone. It's nice to get here. It's a nice cozy city to come and visit. Hello, Dean. What VW? Oh, the VW. Oh, it's just a combi. It's an ice cream combi, Dean. You want to have a look at it? Hang on. I think it's just a converted combi. There you are, especially for Dean, who likes Volkswagen combis. There you go. Any requests from the audience for me to show them things within reason? So I'd say it's about 1975. It's got a bit dented and scratched there. Self-made ice cream without any additives of color or fats or tastes. So it's a tasteless, fatless, colorless ice cream. Okay, you're half joking, but okay, thanks. Well, there you go. See, your wish is my command, especially to Doggo. Hello, Doggo. Oh, there you go. You can see in the shop now. All those teas at the back there. Not entirely sure who this chap is. Some 17th century or 18th century chappie above his door. And the 21st century chappie. Hello, Bill. You're late. You've arrived. Yes, I was a bit early. But apparently my Wi-Fi my data is fine. Although I suspect when I go back and watch the replay, I shall be fuzzy once I move away from that cafe. The music there. This street here to the left, it's just like a regular shopping street. Nothing particularly special about it. So go this way. What's this way? Yes, COVID everywhere. Yeah, 500 cases a day. It's going up every day. Which is why we've got to wear a mask everywhere. Shouldn't touch it. And Antwerp, I can't go to Antwerp because it's like almost in quarantine there. And my province borders on Antwerp, so they're thinking of like putting in regulations for that. Turn you around. Ah, this is a nice bridge coming up. Can I get down that way? Yes, if I go that way. So, is it boiling in down your way, Dibble? I mean, I should imagine it's a similar sort of temperature, southeast of England. Oh, this is nice in the shade. Keep an eye on the time. Yeah. I went with my parents and my sons on a boat trip from here. You see where it says boat trip. It's rather nice down there. You can see the sort of the church with the chopped off tower there. Yes, we went on one of those boats. Yeah, 1726. Everybody enjoying their summer terraces. We're just going to pass one of the oldest stone-built houses in Ghent from the 13th century. There's this sort of one that appears to be leaning badly. Stone one. Can you see it? And then it faces off against all the rather eclectic mix of 17th, 18th, and 19th century buildings over there. Oh, 24 degrees. You lucky bastard. You bastard. Yes, we shall go over that bridge. I've done a live stream before in Ghent, going over that bridge. So I mean, it's just more of the same. But I think it was a lot cooler last time I did it. Oh. Oh, that circuit soaked. There's no way I'm going around in shorts and a t-shirt. It's just not done. Not the way not for me. $17.31. Yeah. Yes, I did think about bringing an umbrella as a parasol, but decided against it. I had climb up onto the bridge, get a better view. Up these stairs. $37 yesterday. Oh well, I apologise then. You know what it's like. There we are. But yeah, that way. It's all churches here. It's like, hang on. There we got 1, 2, 3, 4, all lined up. Crossover, hang on. It's pretty, yes, it is, Dean. It is. I mean, this is right. I mean, it's much nicer than where I'm living in my town. My town's just like a nondescript place stuck between Antwerp and Ghent. There, you know, all the nice bits demolished and replaced by 1960s and 70s stuff. Whereas this has preserved a lot of the old buildings. Right, that's where I have to get my tram from when I go back to the station at some point. I'll tell you what, I'll get my ticket now and then I don't have to bother later on. I can do that one-handed. The excitement of getting a ticket from a tram. It's all done with a card. Ticket. Excuse me, let's get there. Ticket. Pay. Put the card in. A moment, please. It says. So I won't show you my number. It's approved. I'll take my card out. And I can get my ticket. It's taking a while. There we are. Okay. Right, let's go to some shade. Hang on. I'm doing several things at once here. Okay, we're good. Stick it to the wallet. Don't have to bother getting it next time. Oh. No. If you watch the advert, you'll see that once that building appears, that tower. There's the pig place here. Not quite sure what that's all about. Sausages. It's a sauce. That's why. It's a sausage shop. There's a good way to see 60s architecture being demolished. Then it's replaced by equally uninspiring 21st century architecture. This is this area here where this rather strange-looking barn-like building is. This used to be just a big open area where with cobbles that was car parking, and then they got rid of that and built a big empty barn, which is used for events. Belgian chocolates. You can actually see them in the window. They're all packaged up. Oh yes, you can see the chocolates. Look. Yes, I used to take those as gifts to Japan. Let's cross over here. Well, we're not going to get run down by some kind of old church, giant church bell somewhere here that they ring. Oh, there it is. Can you see it there? Yes, very pleasant. Unfortunately, lots of the events have been cancelled, of course. Hang on, let's go down this street. Or if there's anywhere you particularly like you to look at, if you spot something, say, go and look at that. Do tell me. I'm not sure tempted to go there. Perhaps this wasn't the best choice of street, but it's basically one of the more regular streets around here. Nothing particularly historic about it. What's like in Oz? Also sweating cobs, or is it? I mean, it's the opposite there, isn't it? It should be cooler down there. We should all move to Australia, or is it equally warm? Yes, just regular shops here. Nothing spectacular. I think this led somewhere. Could be wrong. Hello, Tomo. You made it. Yeah, I had a sort of a good sleep after I messaged you on Twitter. I think I've got about 5 hours. So I am, as the title suggests, I'm a bit frazzled. Oh well, no, actually, they didn't have to do a lot of rebuilding because the Germans moved in and sort of the German sympathisers made sure that nothing happened, and so everything was all very nice and historic until the 1960s, and they decided, oh, let's modernise. So it's not the Germans' fault; it's just the people. Quattro, Mini. Well, I know where this leads now. This leads to a rather nice square eventually. Got to keep an eye on the time. There's a fountain around the corner here, but all the water's gone because of COVID-19. I don't know why. Not as if the water is going to cause disease. And maybe it stops people congregating around the fountain. It was a rather nice fountain. You can see it's empty at the moment. Can you see? I have video of it actually in action. I can't read. Hang on. I have to go in the shadow. I can't read your comments because it's so sunny. Hang on. You bombed them. There wasn't many bombs dropped on the town that I lived in. So it was all their own fault for, getting rid of anything historic. There's a town down the road from me that preserved quite a lot of its historic streets. Just commerce, really. Always the case. Now we'll go up this street here. Just regular streets. Oh no, head back down to the canals. Walk back along the canals, maybe. Less canals here than there are in Bruges. It's still quite a pleasant place. Ice cream. On the mannequins. Now, I think I have to go right up here somewhere. What's this? Into the little alley. Not going down there. Some more Belgian chocolates. Fancy Belgian chocolate. Now coming to a square. There's a flower market here on Sundays, I think. Rather nice. And I did a video to another live stream. I did a live stream from the culture market. There was a culture market here once. So if you want to watch that, it's me wandering about over there with all these kind of stalls and stuff. Culture Market Ghent is the name of the video. Yes, you can't travel out. I just heard that Johnson has decided that Belgium is on the forbidden list, and if you travel from Belgium to England, you have to stay in 2 weeks quarantine. Let's go down the middle. There's a parking garage under here. That's what these things are. That looks like a greenhouse, but actually that's the entrance to the parking garage under this square. I've parked here before. Wow, it's warm. Oh, yeah, there. There's sort of flowers being sold today. But usually it's full of stalls selling flowers. I'm not spitting in dog poo. It's now it's about 1:30 p.m. and this is actually my normal start time for the show, but I wanted to start a little bit earlier because it's just going to get so hot. It's hot already. On top of that, I want to get back in time. But going to give my youngest son a driving lesson. And usually I go and pick him up after the show, but now I've got to go and get the train. I've got the message him after this, tell him I'll be a little bit late. But as I was saying earlier, it's more fun doing this than being stuck inside. the tram that I got this morning comes round there. Past the Palace of Justice. Like, I'd expect like Belgian superheroes in spandex with their underpants outside to be stood there outside the Palace of Justice. Ah, no, it's a tripod. I thought it was like the bagpipes, but it's a tripod. Huh. Yeah. See, there's the Palace of Justice. Fairly big. Well, I'm not quite sure. This could be the Opera House, and the other one is the Palace of Justice. They look very similar. Well, no. If I preempt my son, I don't have my small mobile, my sort of non-smartphone with me, so he can't interrupt me in that sense. But there may be a ping on my phone from Facebook Messenger, asking where am I. Now then, which way? I'm trying to remember. There's a way down to the river. Was it that way? Oh, it's down here. That's it. Go down there somewhere. That's all those bikes. Oh, then you can get a view of the Justice Palace. Neoclassical. Over again. All through all these people. I used to be able to drive in the city here. I did quite a lot of these streets here with my eldest son when he was learning to drive. My car is now too old and too dirty. It's a dirty old diesel, and it's not allowed in the city, unfortunately. Here we are. Now, if I go down there, here there are some parks and grassed areas, not in the immediate vicinity. There's a nice big park. I did an advert from the park once. I think the one with the sort of like the artificial waterfalls, the grotto waterfalls. That's one of the few areas that I can drive to just outside the the low emission zone. But then to walk from there into town is quite a bit of a trek. I have to orientate myself here. Where am I? You're in Ghent, Simon, and the sun's shining on you and you can't see anything. So if you're writing comments, I can't see it. Eat. There's a shop called Eat. I wonder whether that's a restaurant. So, eat, love. Okay, maybe it's not a restaurant. Let's have a look. What the hell is that? Eat, love. Sounds a bit rude. Oh, it's a pizza place. It's closed. They are culturally significant. Eat, love, pizza. It's not often you go in the middle of the city and hear the sound of a moorhen, I have to say. Oh dear. It's just getting hotter and hotter. Jacobin Street. And that looks a little bit more cozy over there. Let's go that way. Oh look, there's the bridge I was on before. All right, let's head down next to the bridge. Saying something, Dibble. I'll have to find a shaded area. Random giant weeds. So, you're gonna go, Dean? Okay. See you, Dean. You have not already gone. Thanks for joining. Sweat. I don't mind you. I'm supposed to be like 34, 35 degrees. And it's actually okay. It's bearable. It's one of those little blue buses that you can just step on for free if you're tired of walking. Oh. Oh, sun's gone behind a cloud. Miracle. Go that way. And then wall paintings of a religious nature. So this is Ghent on a Saturday afternoon in summer, and it's relatively quiet. Pizza dough. Not sponsored at all. Where am I? Oh, here. I'm near where I need to be for the tram. I think these are the tram street. Yes, there's the platform. Let's just go back here. I may wind it up a little bit early. Have any requests? Please request now. I've run out of things to say, really. Well, I hope you enjoyed the live stream, and I'm glad I actually came out and did it outside. I did think of combining my indoor live stream with a screen grab to do it on Twitch at the same time, but that would have meant staying inside and you not seeing any of this. So, without further ado, I'll say goodbye from Ghent. Thank you for joining me. Next week on the show, I have no idea. I've got guests for end of the month, Charlie no Saikatsu, and beginning of next month in September, the shamisen girls from Berlin. And I'm currently in the process of contacting and arranging another guest from Eyes Munchies from the Beaches. So, thank you for joining. See you all again next week. Sorry it ended a little bit earlier than expected. Thanks for those watching, and for those watching after the event, thank you for joining me. Bye, Ellen. Bye, Robert. Bye, Dibble. Bye, everybody, and see you next week.